I'm at. I'll be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah. Screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the fresh boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Granite City. You're looking live at Kevin Green Field here on the campus of Granite City High School, and we're ready to bring you week number 5 football action as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Granite City Warriors. My name is Todd Duke. Chris Kettler will be along here in just a little while as we welcome you into the pregame show, brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can give them a call for carry-out orders at number 618-855-9007. All right, well, the Kahawks come into this contest with a record of 2-2 under their fourth year head coach Colton Rhodes, and he now has a record of 25 wins and 11 losses. Granite City comes into this contest 0-4. Steve Rustio is their head coach, and he is into his first year, first plus. He came in late last year and took over the program and is back for his first full year as the head coach of the Warriors. Well, the Kahawks saw their brief 2-game win streak stop last week with a Week 4 home loss to Mount Vernon in the Rams' 45-21 win at Kahawk Stadium. Collinsville was coming off back-to-back wins versus Centralia and at Carbondale the previous 2 weeks. Last week, it was 3 big plays that Collinsville couldn't overcome early that ended up doing the damage. Mount Vernon had a 67-yard rushing touchdown in the closing seconds of the first quarter to erase an 8-7 Kahawk lead to give the Rams a 14-8 lead after 1 quarter of play. The first touchdown pass on the year by Collinsville gave the Kahawks a 15-14 lead as the second quarter got underway, but back-to-back touchdown passes of 80 and 75 yards by Mount Vernon erased that lead, and Collinsville never recovered the lead after that. After a 1 hour and 20-minute weather delay, the Rams would tack on 2 more third-quarter touchdowns to 1 by Collinsville and a fourth-quarter 27-yard field goal by Mount Vernon provided the final score in that 42-21 loss. The Warriors, they have been going through some real tough times over the course of the last 5 years with only one win during that stretch. From 2020 to now, Granite City has a 1-35 record with their lone win coming in a 51-34 week number 4 win at home versus Madison in 2022. The Warriors started this season with a 49-13 loss at home to Triad and then suffered back-to-back shutouts in week number 2 and 3 with a 51-0 home loss to Marion in week number 2 and a 76-0 loss at Cahokia in week number 3. Last week, Granite City hit the road for the second straight week and lost to the Orphans in Centralia 49-6. In their 4 games this year, Granite City has been outscored 225-19. Collinsville has back-to-back shutouts of Granite City over the last 2 years, 46-0 and 54-0. And you toss in the 54-28 Kahawks win from 2021, and Kahawks have outscored the Warriors 154-28 over the last 3 meetings. Had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Colton Rhodes. We will pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahawk Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are in a very wet Granite City. It's kind of wet everywhere around the Midwest thanks to another tropical system that's made its way to us. But we're still going to play some football. Collinsville playing Granite City, week number 5. And joining us now is Collinsville's head coach, Colton Rhodes. Okay, so let's talk about weather-related stuff here for a minute, man. 2 weeks ago, we had an hour and 40-minute delay in Carbondale because of another tropical system that made its way up here. Last week, lightning delayed us for an hour and 20 minutes. I don't see any delays today, but talk to me about what the delays do to your team. How do you keep the guys engaged when they're not playing for that long, and is it really detrimental to a team to go through that?
I don't know if it's detrimental necessarily because both teams kind of have to go through it. But trying to keep the guys engaged, we're just simply going over what we're seeing from the other team and how we're going to attack it and adjust based on what they're doing, and then also trying to figure out how they're going to adjust and attack us. We're just kind of focusing the kids and making sure they're staying disciplined and knowing exactly what we do, but also we want to make sure they staying off their feet. They're relaxing because you never know how long it's going to be. It's definitely tough, especially if you're the team. If you possibly have momentum and you don't want to give it up, it's definitely a tough thing to endure. But with football, we're always facing adversity, and so we talk to the kids about that a lot. And that's just one of those other times we're going to face it and how we're going to have to battle through it and figure it out afterwards.
All right, we are halfway through the season. How is the health of your team?
Pretty good for the most part. Amari Rogers' parrot is a little banged up, so we're just going to hold him out today. Didn't need him to play in the rain today anyways, just trying to keep him safe and make sure he's good to go for the back half of the season is the goal. Hopefully that's the goal. We'll see how that maintains. But other than that, everybody else seems as healthy as we can be for a varsity team heading into week 5, so I'll take that.
All right, 45-21 loss at home to Mountain Vernon last week. Good takeaways for that game for you guys?
Not really. Not a whole lot of good takeaways from that game. We just weren't disciplined enough in that game. We had a really good shot there at the end of the first half to go into halftime with either a one-score game or us even having the lead when we were going to get the ball, and we made that big penalty on that punt that gave them a second opportunity, and then we gave up a touchdown the very next play. So that one really hurt us. But, yeah, not a lot of positive from that game. The biggest positive I can take from that game is that we're ready for week 5.
Well, you got your first passing touchdown of the year in that game, a 24-yarder from Chase Reynolds to Devin Habermill. And Habermill, man, once he caught that ball, he looked like he was just not going to be denied.
No, Devin Habermill's a great kid. He's a great player, so we're trying to find ways we can get him the ball. Not sure how many passes we're going to be able to throw today with the wind and the rain and everything like that going on, but if we can find ways to get Devin the ball, he's one of our playmakers that we've got to continue to manufacture ways for him to touch it because he's a load to bring down, and he's just a great kid to have the ball in his hands as well.
All right, man, you had 3 really big plays against you guys last week. I believe a big running play was their first big touchdown, and then back-to-back pass plays, 75 and 80 yards. Those are kind of tough and kind of backbreakers.
Yeah, absolutely. They killed our momentum because each time they had one of those touchdowns was right after we scored, or the last one was right after we got shut down on the 1 yard line. So it was, we strung together a great drive by the offense. Defense came out and they let up a 1 yard touchdown run. Then the next, we battle back, score again to take a 1 point lead. Bam, 1 yard touchdown pass play. And then the next drive we go down, we get stuffed on the one, which obviously sucks. And then, like I said earlier, we stopped them, shut them down, went to block the punt, and made a bonehead tackle on the punter that gave them a free first down. And then they do a little double pass that our eyes are in the backfield, not where they're supposed to be, and guys left running wide open, naked down the sideline for a touchdown. And it's just it's tough when you see that, because we're doing our best to coach them up and get them in the right positions. We just got to keep our eyes out of the backfield there in the secondary, and then everybody else has just got to be responsible for their gap and flowing into it. Our defense has done a really good job all season. I'm going to say last week was a fluke for them.
We talked about penalties over the last couple of weeks, and it kind of calmed down in that game. More like procedural penalties really hurt you guys last week, as opposed to the boneheaded penalties, the unsportsmanlike conducts and things like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still just a lack of discipline. We had a 67-yard run there when we got shut down at the 1 yard line. We had a 67-yard run to get us down to the 10. We go in there and we get an okay first down play, gain of 2 or 3. And then on the second down play, I'm not sure where the miscommunication was, whether it was quarterback to the offensive line or the offensive line just went the wrong way, but we didn't line up in the right formation, ran the play. Half the line ran the play one way, the other half the line ran the play the other way. So now we're shooting ourselves in the foot in the red zone. Then we get an offsides, because we jump offsides trying to get us 5 yards back. So one of our offensive line jumped offsides. Then we have a delay of game. Then we get a 17-yard reverse that puts down to the 6 or the 5. Well, if we didn't get any of those penalties, that 17-yard reverse gets us into the end zone. So it's all these little things that are just really biting us in the butt right now that we're working really, really hard to slow down. So hopefully tonight's one of those nights where, it's probably going to be sloppy out here tonight, but hopefully we can do as much disciplined stuff and stay in our own game as we can tonight.
A kind of a tale of two halves for you guys, man. You guys have scored 58 points in the first halves of your games and only 26 in the second half. Is there a rhyme for reason or explanation for any of that?
I would, just like I said in that last one, it's just kind of a lack of discipline there. I don't think it's not like the defenses aren't doing anything that we're not adjusting to. It's the second half. I don't know if it's us getting tired or us just losing our mental focus there in the second half, but that's when our penalties have been coming down for the most part. Is we're getting stuffed on first down because we got a holding penalty. So now instead of it being 1st and 10, it's 1st and 20. Or like last week, it was an offensive pass interference penalty. It was a little wishy-washy, but still, it went from a 1st and 10 on their side of the 50 to a 1st and 25 on our side of the 50, right after an onside kick. Like that's it's a tough way to start a drive, and we can't. If we want to be a great team, offensively, defensive, special teams, we can't have penalties, especially on first down. That just they just shut down a drive so much easier. When we are moving, and you'll see us out here tonight, when we're moving and we get 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, we're going to get that first down 9 times out of 10, and we're going to keep this drive going. The problem is if we get negative yards or 0 yards on first down, we're not a great second and long, third and long team based on our ability to pass. Sure, we can run still on those downs, but we just got to stay ahead of the chains. That's one of our big goals.
All right, you got Granite City here tonight. No secret that they are really, really struggling. So there's always one thing about a team that is worrisome to the opposing head coach. So what worries you about Granite City?
Granite City has enough athletes on this team to make you look silly. They've got some guys who are really good with the ball in their hands, so we really got to contain them. And obviously, the rain might do a little part of that for us a little bit tonight, but that's going to contain our guys that are really good with the ball in their hands too. So it's going to make that an even more even match, but we have to stay disciplined and do exactly what we've been working on all week. We can't look ahead of these guys just because they are 0-4 and we've beaten them the past 3 years or whatever it is. They're going to come out here ready to play, so we need to make sure we are locked in, focused, ready to roll too.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
As Colton Rhodes, your Collinsville Kahok head coach, we'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw some starters your way and some stats. All that and more coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries,
chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Granite City High School. Kevin Green Field is where we are as we get you set for this Week 5 matchup between Collinsville and the Granite City Warriors. And joining us on the other microphone tonight, none and only Chris Keller. How are you, sir?
Yeah, all right. Finally ready for this game here. Looks like the rain has moved off, and we're ready to go just about.
Yeah, it's been raining since 1 o'clock in the morning, so about 17 straight hours of rain, and looks like it is finally getting ready to come to a close. It's just about moved out of this area. I know it's already moved out of the Alton area, so we are moments away from a no more rain in the foreseeable future as far as at least tonight is concerned, maybe. So you got to listen to the coach's interview. What did you think?
I think they took a lot out of that loss last week. They know that, there's some things that need to be a little different. They got beat on some big plays there by Mount Vernon last week, and I think it was a week that you can learn a lot about your team and know that you got to improve in many different ways here, and that you can take that first step here this week against Granite City. And I think the delays maybe added to it there a bit, maybe gave Mount Vernon a bit of a chance to catch their breath, and really worked against the Chaos there as far as the offense coming about in there in the second half and not being able to score as much.
All right, we have one more break coming your way. We're back with the starters and some stats in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Granite City. We are about 4 minutes or so away from kickoff to get this game started. How about a little history for you as far as Collinsville football versus Granite City in the history? The first known meeting, well, I really don't know. The yearbook collection at the high school only goes back to 1926, and that's as far as we can go back and look at things. And in that 1926 season, Collinsville beat Granite City by a score of 29-0. How about this, though? The first ever night game played in Collinsville Kahok football history took place right across the street from the old high school on Vandalia, and that was between Collinsville and Granite City. That was a Week 6 contest. Actually, it was the first home game of that year due to the electric light installation construction that was going on at the stadium there, the old bowl. And Granite City scored 2 touchdowns on passes in that game, but failed on both extra point tries. Collinsville got 1 rushing touchdown in the game, and Granite City ended up winning that contest by a score of 12-7. And overall, Granite City actually owns the rivalry, if you will, between these two schools. Granite City has 52 wins. Collinsville has 47 wins, and there have been 2 ties over the years. So how about that, Chris Gettler? A little history.
Yeah, it's quite interesting there. It looks like Collinsville's first season was 1919, so I would imagine they probably played Granite City ever since the beginning of the football program, since they were so close. But, here's that light show we were talking about.
Yeah.
They turned the lights off here and got some nice brand new lights here at Granite City as they've fixed up the athletic complex here.
How'd you like to travel back in time and go to that first ever night game?
Yeah, that'd been pretty cool to see. I imagine that was really a new thing there. Get some new lights on your field. They probably where everybody was used to just playing Saturday morning or whatever. And under the lights was probably something real special there. So maybe Collinsville was state of the art at the time. Would you say it was 30-something to have some Granite City Collinsville lights?
All right. Well, the guy who came in and set up his camera, we're asking who that camera belonged to. All right, so here are your starters. Of course, we only have Collinsville starters. There's not really a lot of opportunity to get down and get starters for the other team. So on offense today, Collinsville, by the way, does get the ball first. Have they gotten the ball first every week so far this year?
The first game, no. First game, Belleville East went down and scored.
Yeah.
And then we got the ball, and then there was a safety. So the Belleville East game was definitely not us having the ball first. It's our first possession. I think the safety, and it was 9-0.
The last 3 weeks, though, we've gotten the ball first. So.
Yeah, that sounds right. So I think 4 out of 5.
Yeah. All right, Chase Reynolds will be back at quarterback once again, 5'11", 180-pound senior. Your running back today is Talon Neighbors, 5'11", 180-pound junior. Wide receiver, Zach Priest, 5'10", 150-pound senior, and Matt Reynolds, the 5'11", 160-pound junior. 2 tight ends in this contest here to start off with. One is the familiar number 9, Devin Habermill, the 6'2", 235-pound senior, and then Montre Kroom is going to play the other tight end position for Collinsville, the 5'9", 200-pound senior. Your front line consists of your left tackle, Quincy Johnson, the 6'2", 280-pound junior. Your left guard is Ellis Kircher, a 6'1", 300-pound senior. Your center is Caden Hearn, a 6'1", 280-pound senior. Your right guard is Zach Howe, the 5'10", 230-pound senior. And then your right tackle is Jack Shepard, 6'2", 290-pound senior. Let's go ahead and give you the defensive rundown as well. 3 down linemen. Montre Kroom is one of those. Adam Frazier, the other, 6', 250-pound senior. And Aiden Jordan, the 6'4", 190-pound senior. Linebacker core, they've got 5 of them for tonight's contest. John Thomas, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. Devin Habermill. Michael Tonge, 5'11", 165-pound senior. Rome Richardson, the 6'2", 160-pound senior, and I'm sure you'll see him in there running back at some point as well. New guy into the rotation tonight is a sophomore. That is Kane Wyan. He is standing at 6'1" and 170 pounds. And your defensive back, Zach Priest, 5'10", 150-pound senior. Rome Bollinger, 5'10", 160-pound senior. And Chase Reynolds, we already told you his measurements. And, of course, on your special teams, kickoff returns handled by Matt Reynolds and Loyal Patterson. Although I don't see Loyal Patterson out there. He's not listed on the list of
neighbors.
Yeah. And your kicker and your punter is Matt Reynolds. No Amari Rogers-Parrott tonight. He's a little banged up, and with a game on wet turf and the back end of the season still looming large, Coach Rhodes has decided to take him out of this ball game, and he will not play tonight. And Granite City has kicked the ball off. We are underway, and that one's going to go over the head and into the end zone for a touchback, and a little bit of a misjudgment there, if you will, by Talon Neighbors.
Yeah, he ran in too far. Luckily, it didn't go off his hands.
Yeah. Kind of those guys that play center field in baseball, man. You got to learn how to judge those high pop flies to center field, and Talon Neighbors did not do that. All right, Chase Reynolds in at quarterback, 35 of 76 on the year, 244 yards, 1 touchdown, got that last week, and a couple of interceptions so far this year. Chase also leads in the rushing category this year, 59 rushes, 532 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And Collinsville showing a very tight end looking formation. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Priest is on the far side sideline, and Reynolds is going to keep it, and he's going to bring it around to this left side. He's got some room in front of his own bench, takes a hit, and then he's out of bounds right around the 42-yard line. So a nice pickup there on the first play of the game for Collinsville.
Yeah, you end up with Zach Howe, and then Kroom came around, was the tight end on the far side. They came around and led those blocks there for Chase Reynolds, and he gets the gain of about 22.
Talon Neighbors, 38 carries on the year, 186 yards and 1 touchdown. And the leading receiver not here tonight, Amari Rogers-Parrott, 17 catches for 124 yards. And Neighbors standing over to the side on the left side of Reynolds. He'll get the fake handoff, throw on the sideline to Matt Reynolds, and he'll get tackled right behind the line of scrimmage, for a loss of a yard on the play.
Matt Reynolds trying to make the play after the catch there. Number 8, Alex Poston of Granite City, latches onto him and makes the good play to hold the Kahawks for a loss of 1.
Second down and 11. Ball on the 41-yard line. 11:08 left to play here in this opening quarter. We're just underway. Collinsville and Granite City. And they bring Reynolds over here as the only wide receiver in this formation on the near sideline. Neighbors will get the handoff this time. He'll try the right side, and he'll get tripped up right at the line of scrimmage and then barrels forward to the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of a yard on the play, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Kahawks.
Must have been a shoestring grab on him here, or maybe did the turf.
Yeah, and I think Neighbors is still down too.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten up yet, and because there was going to be some blocks out there for some more yards for him, and must have injured himself, and that's why he went down.
Yeah, could be. I didn't see anybody grab a hold of him. I thought he had a pretty wide open spot over there on that right side, but he ended up going to the turf, and that's where he continues to stay. So we'll take a quick injury timeout, and we'll be back with more after this brief timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. And we are back at Kevin Green Field. Talon Neighbors, a little bit of help getting off the field by the coaches and the medical staff, and he is favoring that right leg, and we hope that he will be okay and maybe can come back out there. But on a rainy night with a wet field, you might not want to take any chances.
Yeah, especially if you can get out to some kind of lead here and continue to work the clock here. Rome Richardson will now come in to be your running back.
Richardson on the year, 27 carries, 147 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He stands over the left side of Chase Reynolds. A little shift here on the tight end side of things for Collinsville. Everybody moves over to the left side. That's the way the play will go, and Chase Reynolds will keep it, and he will push forward for about 2. So that's going to bring up 4th down and about 8 to go here for Collinsville as we approach 10 minutes left to play here in this opening quarter.
Collinsville trying to overload that left side with some blocks, but just not enough running room there. Granite City holding up, and looks like they're going to force Collinsville to punt here on the opening possession.
Yeah,
So
they
go ahead.
man back to punt for Granite City, and that is Zayden Kelly. He's one of 3 quarterbacks who have thrown the ball this year for Granite City, so we'll still remain to be seen who the actual quarterback is. Chase Reynolds is going to stay in there in the shotgun position, so it looks like Collinsville is going for it. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 over here on the near side. Here's the snap. Reynolds rolls out to his right. He is looking and still looking. He'll launch one down the sideline, and is caught by Matt Reynolds on a great catch. He used one hand to bring it down and finally grabbed it with the other hand, and that's a first down for the Kahawks.
Maybe slightly overturned. Matt Reynolds was wide open there. He had to jump up there and kind of juggle it a little bit to make that catch, and the Kahawks go for that fourth down, and now they're in business.
All the way down to the 33-yard line. Collinsville employs the hurry-up offense. 2 wide receivers far, 1 near. They're going to hand the ball off to Richardson, and Richardson will get dragged forward a little bit. He'll be brought down around the 30-yard line, so that's a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. They'll call it 2-yard gain.
Yeah, after the initial first big gain, Kahok's running hasn't only gotten more than a yard or 2 each time after that.
So Granite City sniffing out the run game. Collinsville quickly deploys 3 wide receivers. They'll counter and maybe go a little bit more of the pass game here. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go up the middle to Richardson, and he'll be brought down around the 25-yard line. So Collinsville gets a little closer, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
A little bigger managed yards there, gets the ball at the field. Now you're still probably going to look at a run here on this 3rd down and short.
Yep, 3rd and 2, the scoreboard says. 8:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. No score yet. Collinsville and their first possession, they continue to drive. Richardson over the left-hand shoulder of Chase Reynolds. 2 wide receivers far, 1 near, and movement up front. That's going to give Collinsville a first down.
Yep, entire defensive line there of Granite City bid on that. Maybe changing up the snap call there, and Granite City bid on it, and Chaos will get the easy first down.
They will. We are, obviously, for those of you who have watched us do Granite City football games from here before, on the other side of the field now. They built a new press box to go along with their new soccer field, and the visitors are now relegated to what used to be the PA announcer's box over here on this west side of the field. First down and 10 for Collinsville. Ball on Granite City's 20. Man comes into motion, and the flip goes to the man in motion, and that is Kane Wyan, who we told you about earlier, who's going to play a little bit of defensive football, but he's out there on the offense as well, and Collinsville's in business with a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I guess without Rogers out there, somebody steps up into that spot. Wyan, I think, has mostly been used in special team situations. Gets that carry there.
He lines up as the near side wide receiver over here on this sideline. Matt Reynolds is in the slot. Zach Priest on the far side. Handoff goes to Richardson up the middle. And looks like he may have enough for a first down. We'll have to wait on the spot. They needed to get to the 5-yard line. And right now that is where the near side line judge has him down. And we'll see.
They're saying to bring the chains down, or we'll.
First down then.
First down and right at the 10.
Right
so
at the,
basically first and goal.
Basically, but I think the ball is on this side of the 10-yard line. So, no, they're going to go ahead and lay down the chain. So it is first and goal for Collinsville from the 10-yard line. 6:40 to go here in this opening quarter. Richardson this time over the right shoulder of Chase Reynolds, and he gets immediately met in the backfield, and then he gets held up long enough for a little help to come in. But the initial contact, I believe, was Tristan Burnett, the 5'11", 170-pound defensive end, and a loss of 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, it was the side that Habermill evacuated from there, and then that left defensive player for Granite City to bust through, and Richardson just wasn't able to follow his block in time.
Double tight end formation here with the only receiver as being Matt Reynolds. They're going to let Chase Reynolds keep it. He's going to dodge his way around the right side. Almost got a horse collar there on the back end of that play. No flag, and he gets taken out of bounds. Right around now, not out of bounds, right inside the 5-yard line. Well, they're going to mark him down at the 6.
It's like he was about to head to the end zone, and there was that grab that just about looked like a horse collar. Didn't actually tackle him down, but it did enough to spring him away from the end zone here, and looks like Granite City's going to call a timeout here for this 3rd down play.
Well, that's a very quick timeout, so we will take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back here in just a moment as Collinsville is inching closer and closer to the end zone. We're back in just a second here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Kevin Green Field at Granite City High School. Collinsville facing a 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. And Chris Kettler, I would imagine if they can't punch it in on this play, they'll go for it again on 4th down.
Yeah, definitely. Just continue to run the ball here. Should be able to get it in, at least in the 5 yards here in the next 2 plays.
Reynolds takes the snap, hands the ball off to Rome Richardson, and he gets down inside the 5-yard line to about the 2, so it'll bring up a 4th down and goal from there.
Ezekiel Warren grabbed onto him, and he did a good job of turning Rome Richardson back away from the goal line and then bringing him down. So Chaos will go for it on 4th down.
That they will. I kind of figured they would. And a run into the end zone and a touchdown by Collinsville. And Rome Richardson gets them on the board, and Collinsville leads by a score of 6-0, pending the extra point try here by Matt Reynolds.
Yep, so we said it was going to be 4 down territory. They should be able to get the 5 yards in the 2 plays. They just did that, and they took a lot of time off the clock, nearly 7 minutes, and it was all set up on the going for it on 4th down there. The Chaos, they were going to punt earlier in this drive.
Reynolds will hold and kick, and the kick is one of the lowest kicks I've seen Matt Reynolds kick all year, but it makes it through, and Collinsville jumps out to a 7-0 lead. Granite City will get their first crack at trying to move the ball down the field and scoring some points after we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com.
Back here at Granite City High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. Glad you're with us. Collinsville drives the ball down the field. They took about almost 7 minutes off the clock, 6 minutes and 50 seconds to be exact.
Yeah, quite a long drive time-wise there.
Yeah. Kickoff will go deep, and at the 9-yard line, it's fumbled and then finally picked up, and Granite City brings it forward. That is DeMontez Bush, who almost fumbled the ball twice on that catch. So Granite City will start 1st down and 10 from their own 15-yard line.
He was able to scramble for a few yards there. The Saints weren't too quick on covering field down there and gave Bush enough time to recover a little bit, but they'll start way back at the 15.
Well, time for Collinsville's defense to step it up here and see if they can hold Granite City to a 3-and-out. If not, just plain old get the ball back via the turnover.
A couple big guys on this offensive line here for Granite City. We'll see how we match up.
And it looks like Jesus Altalano is going to be the quarterback here tonight for Granite City. We'll give you some numbers on him after this first play from scrimmage. One wide receiver in this set. He's on the far sideline. Handoff is going to be, actually it's going to be a keeper by Atalano, excuse me. And that one didn't get very far. Jesus Atalano, Atilano, 7 completions on the year after 19 tries, 84 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He's also ran the ball a few times as well, 17 carries for 7 yards, and no touchdowns on the ground as well. Wide receivers, 2 of them, well, one of them, excuse me, somebody ran off the field. Thought he was going out there to line up as the wideout on the far side.
Well, now you can have that many guys in the huddle and then come back out. But
Yeah.
okay.
Atalano hands the ball off. It goes up the middle, and right now I can't tell you who's doing what. I can't see the numbers from this far away, especially with such a tight formation that Granite City runs. And they actually lost a yard on that first carry, and I don't think they they got that yard back. So
It might be Ryan Brokaw, number 6.
yeah, Ryan Brokaw has the most carries, 23 for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. They have 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing touchdown this year, does Granite City. Passing touchdown went to Isaiah Ford. He has got 10 catches for 114 yards and that touchdown. And I believe that's him that lines up all the way over there on the far sideline. They have a slot receiver over there as well. Back to pass is Atalano. He's going to throw the ball, and it is going to be incomplete as he threw that ball way out in front of the intended receiver, and that was Ryan Brokaw, who was out there trying to catch that ball after spending a little bit of time as the running back. He'll bring it out to the outside sometimes and line up as a wide receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for Granite City. So no gain on those 3 plays by Granite City, and now they will be forced to punt, and Collinsville's punt return man is once again the new guy, Kane Wyan, the sophomore, and he stands all the way back at the 40-yard line. Here is the kick. It's high and it's deep. Wyan will go back, and he'll just let it bounce, and it'll take a Collinsville bounce and then head straight sideways, and Collinsville will have pretty decent starting field position here on their own 42-yard line.
A flag back here.
Well, we'll have to
think of some extracurriculars after the punt was away.
see what the call is. The referee is going to face the other press box when he makes his calls here tonight, so we'll have to pay particular attention to the hand signals here. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Collinsville, so we're going to back that one up about 15 yards.
So just have to march back farther. Not as good starting position as they had hoped, but still better than the last one. This will be about the 25, 27.
27-yard line, I believe. Yep. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from their 27. They went 80 yards for that first score. Took 6 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock in the process. We're down to 3:26 left to play here in this opening quarter. And Collinsville looking to score on their second possession like they did on their first. Chase Reynolds just now making his way over to the huddle. Plenty of time left on the play clock. It's down to about 20 seconds. Wyan and Matt Reynolds light up as wide receivers over here on this side, and we have a wide receiver over on the far side as well. Reynolds is fake handoff. He's going to throw the ball on the run, finds Matt Reynolds. He shakes one tackler, spins around, trying to get out of another one, but now he'll be ganged up upon, and he'll be brought down at about the 37-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Yep, the initial forward progress got him enough for the first down. Got that spin posting out of his shoes there of Granite City to get the first down, and Kahok's got back most of the yardage of the penalty in the 1-1 play.
So a fresh set of downs for Collinsville, and again 3 wide receivers, this time 2 on the far side, 1 on the near. Handoff is going to go to Richardson. He'll go up the middle, a little off left tackle, and he'll be brought down after he gains about 1.5 on the play. So a small gain will bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Tristan Burnett shook one of the Kahok offensive linemen there and was able to wrap up Richardson, and Rome will head to the bench here in front of us, and looks like Stewart will come in as the new running back.
Yep. That is exactly right. Same formation, 2 far, 1 near, and the handoff is going to be a fake handoff, and Reynolds is going to keep it. He's got some room. He goes up the sideline. He's still got a little bit of room, but he steps out of bounds as he was trying to do a little shake and bake to get rid of the would-be tackler because Ezekiel Warren was ready to make a tackle, and he ends up stepping out of bounds doing that foot shuffle there. Big gain, though, for Chase Reynolds, and now we are back into Granite City territory with a fresh set of downs.
Just followed his blocks, had one good last upfield block there, and then Granite City did force him to the sideline, nowhere else to go, and he just took the path less traveled there and got out of bounds.
Well, Zarion Stewart gets the carry. He does a little zigzagging up the middle as well, and he'll get the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line, so a nice gain there. Picked up about 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Stewart on the year, 3 carries for 9 yards coming into this contest. So if Talon Neighbors can't return, you'll probably see a steady diet of Mr. Stewart and Mr. Richardson.
And Neighbors is still up under this tent here.
Yep, sure is.
Not standing or anything as the trainer continues to talk with him, but
Zach Priest and Matt Reynolds line up as wide receivers on the far side. Wyan over here on the near side. Handoff is going to be a fake, and it's going to be a throw back behind the line of scrimmage to Devin Habermill, and Habermill is pretty close to a 1st down, might be a yard short as he gets the ball down to the 35-yard line, and they're going to go ahead and give him the 1st down. So another fresh set of downs for the Kahawks as this first quarter winds down. We're down to 1:10 left to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, just got to get the ball into his hands. Say good luck bringing him down. Finally found the way to get it over to Habermill.
Wyan over here on this near sideline once again in the wide receiver position. Back to pass is Chase Reynolds. He'll roll out to his right. Still on the run, looking for a little direction to throw it in, and he completes the pass, and nope, they're going to say it's incomplete.
Thought initially they were going to call that good.
Yeah, I believe that was to Matt Reynolds again. Reynolds looked like he caught it, but he was immediately hit from behind, so that might have dislodged it. I couldn't tell from here if it came out or not.
Yeah, must have had his feet in. They were going to call it, but saw the ball pop out. That'll stop the clock.
2nd and 10 for Collinsville on Granite City's 23-yard line. 51.7 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter. Collinsville breaks huddle, and once again, Zach Priest and Matt Reynolds come out of the huddle and line up as wide receivers over on the far side. And one more over here, that's Wyan, and now Stewart will go into motion, so empty backfield. Throw to Matt Reynolds. He's got to catch at the line of scrimmage. He cuts it over to the near side. Then he comes back over into the middle, and he'll finally be brought down inside the 10-yard line, and that's going to be another 1st down for Collinsville, and it'll bring up a 1st and goal, but we do have a flag on the play.
Bringing out the screen pass there. All Granite City players bid on that. Stewart going into motion. But we'll have to sort out this flag. They're going to wave it off, and that play will count. 1st and goal Kahawks.
1st and goal Kahawks. 39.5 seconds left to play here. And looks like for the most part, the rain has stopped. A couple of raindrops here and there. I'm looking down at this trash can that's turned upside down. It's got all kinds of water in it, so I'm looking over there to see if I see any splashes of rain.
Look at the lights. You can see little specks coming across the lighting.
Not much. More like a drizzle now than anything. Stewart back in there, running back, stands to the left side of Reynolds. Here's the snap. Stewart gets the carry, and we have a whistle. That play never happened, and now we have a late flag thrown in here. And it's going to be a false start against Collinsville, so that'll back them up 5 yards, and the new line of scrimmage will be on the 13-yard line. 19.4 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. 7-0 for Collinsville, but the Kahawks are knocking on the door once again. Reynolds, slot receiver, over on the far side. Closest to the sideline is Zach Priest. Over here is Wyan. Here's the snap, and the keeper this time by Chase Reynolds. He's going to try the left side, and he'll get all the way down to about the 6-yard line before he is finally brought down. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Collinsville up 7-0, and they will switch ends of the field, and it'll be 3rd down and goal coming up here for the Kahawks after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning.
call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler are back with you from Granite City High School. Second quarter is just getting underway, and it is a second down and goal here for the Kahawks, and they will try to run it, and Chase Reynolds is going to be brought all the way back to the 15-yard line, and that play went backwards.
Yeah, there was one Granite City guy that stayed home on Reynolds there and wrapped him up and didn't let him go anywhere. Maybe 22. Landon Vonberg sniffed that out.
Oh, the Vonbergs. Here is a snap, and it's going to be a little dump-off pass to Matt Reynolds, and he lost his footing on the wet turf and got back to the 10-yard line, and that is going to bring up a fourth down here for Collinsville.
He's trying to put a move on Zayden Kelly, lost his footing, and let's get this down inside the 10, first and goal, and the first three plays aren't too productive.
Another fourth down try, a little pitch to Matt Reynolds. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's in for a touchdown.
That's what he had to do there. The pitch into him, and then he sends it back up the middle. It's all Matt Reynolds there to make it happen because he broke a couple tackles, and the Cayhawks come through and fourth and goal, and 13-0.
11:04 left to play here in this second quarter. And now Matt Reynolds will try the extra point. Chase Reynolds the holder. Here's the snap. Ball is down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good, and Collinsville doubles their lead, and they lead 14-0 over the Granite City Warriors. Granite City will get the ball back again after we return from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Kevin Green Field at Granite City High School. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. Collinsville up 14-0. Matt Reynolds ready to kick off once again. Two deep guys back for Granite City. One of those is Ryan Brokaw, who is the premier running back for Granite City. He's the one over on the far side. And that ball is going to head back to the end zone, and he had 2 feet in, and that's going to do it. So the other, Isaiah Ford is the other deep man back on the return game here for Granite City. So the Warriors will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. Collinsville did not let Granite City gain a yard on their first possession, and the second possession for the Warriors upcoming.
You know, when Collinsville comes back out there on offense, looks like Neighbors is done. It looks like he's pulled his jersey off and is sitting over there on the bench.
Well, we hope he can recover quick enough and be back next week for a big game at Althoff next week.
It could be mostly precautionary.
Yeah.
Hold them out just like they are Rogers and get ready for Althoff next week. But still more of this game is left.
Jesus Atalano is back at quarterback. He has one lone running back. That's Brokaw. One wide receiver over on the far side. And a tight end goes into motion from this side. And the pitch is going to go to Brokaw. And he is going to get up to the 20-yard line to about the 23 maybe. And that's the first positive yardage for Granite City so far here in the early going of this game.
Only barely got it because Brokaw busted through the initial tackle there. Does get about 3 yards.
Yeah. Second down and 7 to go for the Warriors from their own 23-yard line. 10:35 left to play here in this second quarter. Isaiah Ford lines up as a wide receiver over here on this side. Have a slot receiver as well. And once again, Atalano is in at shotgun. He'll throw the ball off of Brokaw, and he about got wrapped up by Chase Reynolds right when the ball hit his hands, and I don't know if that caused him to drop that ball, but that ball spun up there in the air for a while. Very easily could have been intercepted.
Yeah, if any Chaos would have been looking for it. Chase Reynolds was more worried about being at home, making the tackle there and making the play, which would have probably went for a loss. So, if anything, the incomplete pass is probably better result for Granite City.
Alex Poston is the other wide receiver out there. He is in the slot over here by Isaiah Ford. Brokaw will move from, he doesn't know what side he's supposed to be on. Started on the left, went to the right, went back to the left. Now he's on the right. A little moving up front by Collinsville, but no encroachment call. Here is the pass just as he was getting hit, and the pass completed all the way out to the 39-yard line. And I believe that was to Zayden Kelly. And Kelly gets Granite City their first down of this game. It's easy to pick out Kelly. He's the one with the bright green, yellow shoes on.
Not a lot of time to pass that ball for Atalano, and he was still able to fire it in there just in time to Kelly.
He was about to get squished on both sides before he got rid of that ball, and he did get squished after he got rid of it, too.
Yeah, 2 times Granite City is tempted to pass the ball. Atalano has not had much time, and the first time pass was way incomplete, but that time he connects.
3 wide receiver set, make that a 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side of the formation, and back to passes out to Lano. He'll throw it back behind the line of scrimmage to Brokaw, and he is immediately wrapped up by John Thomas for no gain. Matter of fact, there's a little bit of a loss on the play of a couple of yards, so that'll bring up a second down and about 12.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Atalano's not going to have a lot of time to pass, so his receivers aren't going to be able to get up the field, and Chaos DBs can just get up there. They can usually hold them for at least no gain.
9:25 and counting here in this second quarter, 14-0 in favor of Collinsville. Isaiah Ford comes out of the huddle, lines up as a wide receiver on this side. In the slot on the far side is Zayden Kelly, and another 4 wide receiver set here for Granite City. Here is Atalano going back to pass again, got rid of it quickly, and that one is knocked away by Collinsville. I think that was very close to being intercepted, and that is a nice job there by Loyal Patterson. So we do have a Loyal Patterson sighting out there playing defense.
Yeah, he's only been out there on defense in this game. Just took it easy there and just knocked the ball away, didn't go for the interception and get beat down the field.
I believe that Atalano got hit right as he let that ball go again. Alex Poston will line up as a wide receiver on the far side. Zayden Kelly is in a tight end formation. 2 backs on this play as Atalano takes the snap, goes back and throws, and he has the receiver open here on this side, but don't do it. Don't do it. Logan Webb caught that ball and got back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 10 to go here for Granite City.
Yeah, Chase just kind of wrapped him up there just as they were falling out of bounds. And
when you see all your teammates standing over there on the sideline, you're out of bounds.
Worried about if he was going to do any kind of move to throw him down. He did not. It just continued to step out of bounds, and this will force Granite City to punt.
Now Loyal Patterson is back to punt. He stands at his own 30-yard line as Granite City has another punt, and this one is low, and it is going to take another bounce, and it's going to stop right there where it hit the ground pretty much at the 35-yard line. So Collinsville is going to have another decent starting field position here on their 3rd drive of this game.
No penalties this time on the punt. Collinsville will start past the 30.
Looks like they got him marked down at the 33, so it rolled just 2 more yards after it hit. I couldn't see. I saw it hit and then kind of stop, but the top of the purple tent there, the medical tent, was kind of in the way, and I really couldn't see anything. I know it's in our camera view, too, so nothing we can do about that. So this press box is not built very high, so you don't have a lot of downward look here. Here is Reynolds in shotgun, 1 lone running back. That is Rome Richardson to his left. Reynolds is going to go back to pass. Looks left, throws left, and throws it into the empty spot over the head of Devin Habermill. So an incomplete pass will stop the clock with 8:09 left to play here in this second quarter.
Don't know if he's looking for Habermill or if he's looking for Reynolds. He's kind of in the middle of both. And
luckily, there wasn't a Granite City player out there that can intercept it because it was nowhere near any of the Collinsville receivers.
yeah, just failed to find anybody.
Zayden Kelly is playing one of the defensive back positions, so he's out there pulling double duty. This time, all three wide receivers come over here to this right side. You have Priest and Reynolds and Patterson in there. Patterson will go into motion. He'll get the flip from Chase Reynolds. Try that left side. He's got a little bit of room. Makes a nice move. Has a little bit more room. He gets it up to the 40-yard line. He'll be brought down there, and that's going to bring up a third down and about 3 to go for Collinsville if they want to extend this drive. Actually, they kind of marked him back a little farther than I thought they were going to, so looks like a 3rd and 4 situation coming up here for the Kahawks, who have gone for it on every down or every possession so far on 4th down.
Yeah, one was back here in their own zone, thought they were going to punt, and the other one was for that scored the touchdown from the 2.
Zach Priest lines up over here as the near side wide receiver. The handoff is going to go up the middle to Rome Richardson. He puts on 1 move, 2 moves, and he may just have enough for a first down, and he will. He fell forward, and I think that got him the extra yard that he needed.
It's like he was stopped back by the 40, then had a second effort that brought him up closer to the chains, and then as he fell forward, he got all the way up to near the 45 and got the first down pretty easily.
7:20 left to play, and the clock continues to move after the running play. Kahawks have a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line, and Chase Reynolds all by himself in the backfield. 3 wide receivers over here on the right side, 2 more on the left side. Man comes into motion, and Reynolds is back to pass. Looks down the middle, throws down the middle, has Patterson wide open, and he holds onto the ball all the way down to the 25-yard line. Nice play by the Kahawks.
Kahawks take a shot down the field. Looks like the rain has stopped. Maybe the wind ain't blowing too hard, and Lowell Patterson out there had to reach out down for a little bit, fell to the ground, and you're down. But nice if he could have stayed on his feet and tried to make some moves and get to the end zone, but the Kahawks are cooking now.
I think 2 wide receivers up the middle of that field were wide open on that particular play. Wind is coming from the north, so it's blowing from the left side of your screen to the right. So right now, Collinsville has the wind at their back. Chase Reynolds is going to keep on this next play, does a couple of stutter steps, spins, and he gets thrown into the red zone, and he'll be down at the 19-yard line.
Putting on some good moves there, stepping around. Ellis Kircher leading the block there, and Granite City guy will be down before we get to the next play.
Yeah, the official timeout due to an injury to Granite City, so we'll step aside for an injury timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahawk Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634.
Back here, and Emil Harris was the injured Granite City Warrior. Collins were looking at a 2nd down and 1. Into the end zone, diving catch by Zach Priest. And Collinsville with their 3rd touchdown on their 3rd possession. And Zach Priest gets his first touchdown of the year. How about that play?
Yeah, that's a great play. Chase kept that going for a while, scrambling around, giving his receivers enough time to get up the field. And Priest with the diving catch gets his first touchdown of the year.
Nicely done, man. He laid out for that catch too, didn't he?
Yeah, both 2 plays here. The Kahawk receivers laid out for the ball.
There's a snap and a bad hold and a bad snap, but somehow or another, Chase Reynolds gets that ball down in time, and Matt Reynolds puts it through the upright. That had missed extra point written all over it.
The snap was a little higher than he thought, so it almost went past Chase Reynolds there, and he had to grab it and then bring it down, and that could throw off all the timing too there, but Matt Reynolds was able to knock it through.
Man, I tell you what, Matt Reynolds did a nice job putting that ball down. It looked like he was falling backwards as he was doing it. All right, Granite City's next possession is coming up right after we take a small timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052.
And a fitting that we play a sonically pleasing commercial for you as they are in concert tonight at the Collinsville Rec Club. Former Kahok basketball player Logan Carlisle and his dad Tim Carlisle have that band. And a short kick by Collinsville up to the 35-yard line. Yeah, when they told me that they were doing a concert, I'm like, why are you guys doing a concert on a Friday night during football season? You know I would come see you, but I can't on a Friday night during football season. So Carrie Carlisle.
Maybe next time. Maybe there'll be another one.
Yeah. Carrie Carlisle, mom of Logan and husband of Tim. It's like, I'll yell at him for you. I'm like, okay. So Granite City starts 1st and 10, trying to get back into this thing. Collinsville leads 21-0. We have 6:04 left to play here in this second quarter.
This formation from Granite City, very tight formation.
Yeah, under center this time is Atalano, and he'll hand the ball off, and Devin Habermill will make the tackle, and Brokaw will go nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere to go there. Trying to stretch it to the outside there, running to the short side there, and Habermill closes in before Brokaw can even start to turn upfield.
Yeah. All right. So a loss of 3 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 13 from Granite's own 33-yard line. Atalano remains under center. He has one guy going to motion. I thought that both of them were going to go into motion. There's a flag. I think that's going to be illegal motion.
Yeah, I think 2 guys were in motion with Kahok's. We'll probably just go ahead and decline this one after that play.
Another
goes
loss.
nowhere.
Yeah, it's another 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they're going to decline this penalty.
Yeah. And they call that a illegal shift. Yep.
Illegal shift declined.
So another loss on the play will bring up a 3rd down and 14. 3 wide receivers over here on the near side, 1 on the far side. Brokaw remains the lone running back. Atalano now in shotgun. And now Brokaw will come into motion, so no running backs on this play. And Atalano will throw the ball down the field, and just a little bit overthrown there as his intended receiver was Isaiah Ford. And I tell you what, if he would have put that just a little bit less of a touch on that, if Ford could have caught that on the run, he would have been gone.
Well, it was step for step with him. If he could have made the catch, good chance that Loyal might have been able to make a tackle there, prevent him from scoring in, but force Granite City to punt either way.
Loyal Patterson go back to collect it.
Quarterback's got an arm if he can just get the time to pass.
Yeah. Tyler Lakin is the punter. He has to pick that one up off the
down.
ground. He is down. His knees touched the ground right when he caught the ball. So Collinsville's going to get the ball back in the red zone.
Yeah, the punter isn't afforded that opportunity. If your knee goes down, you're down. It's not like the holder on an extra point who he's afforded the opportunity to be down and get back up in case something goes wrong on that. And the Canucks will set up here inside the red zone to start this next possession. They scored in their first 3.
Looking to do the same on the 4th. Tyler Lakin, 6'3", 175-pound senior, is the kicker and the punter. And Collinsville working with a short field here. And we'll see if they can make it 4 straight touchdowns on 4 straight possessions. Rome Richardson stands over the right shoulder of Chase Reynolds. One wide receiver on the near, one on the far, but out comes Matt Reynolds in motion. He'll settle in the slot. Back to pass, and I throw over to the far side. I didn't even see Loyal Patterson over there. Patterson gets the catch and will zigzag his way up to about the 15-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 16. So a gain of just a couple on the play.
And just a flare out to the short side there. Patterson going to need to try to make some moves there to get up the field there. We're going to see sniffed out pretty good, got him out of bounds.
4:20 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 21-0. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Richardson remains the lone running back, and Reynolds is going to keep it, going to use Richardson as a block, and he's got a little bit of room, and he's in for a touchdown.
Well, Richardson leading in the block here, but a flag comes flying in, and they're going to get the Canucks on a hold.
Yep, so bring that one back. So take the touchdown off the board. You know, coaches hate that.
A pretty successful play.
Yeah.
Not sure who they got on the hold.
Neither am I, because everything kind of moved very quickly and pushed forward real quickly, so not sure who the guilty party was or where it took place, because I was watching Chase the whole time. That's going to back Collinsville up, though, and they'll have a new line of scrimmage to deal with. And it looks like the referee wants to set it down at around the 25-yard line, but he has yet to do that. All right, now he does. So, 2nd down and 17 to go here for Collinsville. They can get a first down inside the 10-yard line. Zach Priest lines up as the wide receiver over here on the near side. Richardson again is the lone running back. Reynolds takes the snap from shotgun. Same play, basically. He's going to follow Richardson again, this time a little wider to the outside. And then he gets pushed out of bounds up to the original line of scrimmage. So a nice gain, and he got a lot of that back, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 situation.
Too many guys to cover that time to keep it inbounds there, and Chase had to kick it to the outside and just head out of bounds. They be off. We good?
Well, all of a sudden I looked down and my camera glitched, so the next thing to do is move the hot spot. I know it's not hot because it's not hot up here. It's about 65 degrees, and it's not going to, temperature's not supposed to move much at all. Here are 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 over here on the near. That's Zach Priest again, and the throw goes behind the line of scrimmage to Matt Reynolds. Makes 1 move, and then he gets brought down inside the 10-yard line. Might be close to where he needs to get a first down. We'll have to wait and see on the spot.
Kind of started a little bit before he started getting upfield there, and that kind of cost him as Granite City was able to close in, and the Canucks will just go for this 4th and 1.
So 4th and 1 it is. Here's the snap. Handoff will go to
Tongay.
Tongay, yeah. I was like waiting to see whose number emerged there, because I know that Talon Neighbors wears 24, and I saw the 4, but I didn't see the 3 until he got brought down. So nicely done there by the guy who usually plays a lot of defense.
Yeah, I remember Tongay used to be a running back like freshman, sophomore year in the underclass games, and they usually kept him on defense. Now he came up through the varsity team, but getting some carries there, and he's still back out here looking to punch this one in.
Yeah, he's going to stay into the game. He stands over to the right-hand shoulder of Chase Reynolds, 1 wide receiver over on the far side, and another keeper this time by Chase Reynolds, and Reynolds will get in for another touchdown. So we thought he had a 16-yard touchdown, but this one's going to be a 4-yard touchdown. And Collinsville, 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
For a possession that started at the 17, that was an awful lot of work following the penalty, but the Canucks are able to come through and get the touchdown.
Another extra point try here. The last one was kind of wonky, but it still worked. Chase Reynolds will hold. Matt Reynolds will kick. And a lot better of a snap this time, and this one will miss wide to the right. So the missed extra point will keep Collinsville from making it 28-0. So 27-0 still doesn't look too bad, and Collinsville will kick the ball back to Granite City right after we return from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joel Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
Another kickoff from Collinsville, and it ends up into the hands of Brokaw. Brokaw has got a little room. He is on the run. Matt Reynolds was the one who brings him down, so the kicker saves the touchdown. Brokaw has a fantastic run, and Collinsville will have to deal with the Granite City Warriors into their own territory.
I don't think Granite City has any positive offensive yards after that last possession, but they'll be on the positive side of the 50 here after the big run. Plenty of running room there for Brokaw, and he showed what he can do.
Our buddy Zach Roseman is taking in the Battle of the Bulldogs out at Waterloo. They're already at halftime. Waterloo up 15-6 over Highland. Here it is 27-0. We have 2:35 left to play here in this first half. And once again, Jesus Atalano is back there in shotgun. He has two running backs behind him, and he's going to hand it off to Brokaw. Brokaw's going to swing it around to the right side, and he'll lose a yard.
Eventually Heppenville chases him down, trying to kick it to the outside and turn that corner, and Chaos contained enough.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 11 after a loss of 1 on the play as we wind down here in this first half. Don't forget we have the Woods Basement Systems halftime show coming up for you here at the end of this second quarter. We'll pass along some scores for you, those that we can find. Cardinals are in action at the that's mine. I think yours is still over there. On the left coast in San Francisco. They don't get underway till 9 o'clock, so we won't be able to bring you anything from that. Blues have a preseason game tomorrow, I believe. Here is Atalano. Back to pass. Picked off by Tange. Tange is up the sideline. He's going to go all the way, folks. That's going to be a 56-yard return. Pick 6. And the Kahawks on the board once again.
All clean. No flags on the play. It's all Michael Tange picking that one off and returning it for a touchdown. Granite City getting a little more taking a little more chances passing the ball there. And linebacker does his job with the Kahawks as these guys come running past it. Look at them.
Yeah. Student body cheering section down here having a blast.
You slip and fall in these wet bleachers.
All right, well, we're going to go for the extra point again instead of going for 2 after we missed the last one.
The key is you want to get the 40 for the running clock, so just make this one and go from there.
Yeah, there's the kick, and it is on the way, and that one is good. So Collinsville will make the extra point, try good on this one, and it is 34-0 in favor of the Kahawks, and Granite City's going to get the ball back one more time for the end of this half after we return from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahawk Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878.
Matt Reynolds set for yet another kickoff here. He's been busy tonight, that's for sure. And I'm guessing this time he probably wants to keep it away from Brokaw. I don't know.
Wind kicking up a bit here, so hopefully we can just drive this one into the end zone here for the touchback.
Got the wind at his back. That'll be at their face in the second half. There is that kick. It's going to go deep, and it's going to be caught by Ford. He'll jump in front of Brokaw at about the 2-yard line and gets it across the 20, so a positive return there of about 21 yards. And Granite City will set up 1st and 10 from their own 23.
He doesn't jump up for that one. It's going to fly into the end zone. All that for maybe about 3 additional yards here because they only get it up to about the 23.
Yep. 1:28 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 34-0 after a big 56-yard pick six by Michael Tongay. Been a while since we've got an interception.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Interception returned.
So 1st and 10 for Jesus Atalano, and
Granite City calls timeout.
Granite City will call a timeout, so I guess we'll just kind of keep it here for this one since we're only about 88 seconds away from halftime. And for those of you folks that were watching the soccer game last night, we can tell you that it was a Huddle problem and not our problem. I got a hold of the folks from Huddle today, and they said one of their servers went down, acted up, and they didn't know about it until this morning. I asked the guy, I said, if I would have called you last night, would you have been able to correct that? He's like, oh, yeah, we probably would have went to the backup server and you would have fully recovered, but we didn't know about it until this morning.
Well, positive thing is we were able to double back to the YouTube you were and get the overtime in. And
the overtime was the most exciting part of the game.
Yeah, the first 2 goals came in
the first half.
First couple minutes of the game, and then no one else scored, and then the overtime was lots of action.
Yeah, 3 goals in that one, 2 by Collinsville and 1 by Belleville West. Collinsville ended up winning on a goal by T.J. Carter, and that was in the first minute of the second half, and the rest of that game was just intense. Belleville West tried their best to score another goal in that game last night. Here's a run straight up the middle. They'll get it up to about the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 on the play as the clock continues to move. Nope, this time
Coach will call timeout.
Coach Rhodes will use one of his timeouts.
Yeah, you'd like to get the ball back and get to this 40, get the running clock, and get the knockout punch here and make the second half rather meaningless.
Yeah, that is the mercy rule, in case you folks don't know about that. If you're up by 40 points, then the clock will continue to run. The only time it stops is after a score or after a team calls a timeout or, worst case scenario, an injury. Other than that, that clock will keep running.
Yep, in the second half.
Yep, second half only. And we're almost there. We have 1:16 left after that timeout. So Collinsville still has 2 timeouts. Granite City has 1. And the Warriors are looking at 2nd and 8 from their own 25-yard line.
After that, you get up by 40, probably not looking to pile on too much more. Just get everybody out of here healthy.
And didn't Althoff go up 42-0 last night and then just score one more time in the second half?
Yeah, first quarter mostly did all the scoring, scored a couple seconds into the second quarter, and they were done.
Here is Zayden Kelly now at quarterback. He'll keep the ball, and he'll travel it up across the 25-yard line. So a small gain there of just 1 yard. And Collinsville will go ahead and use another timeout as they are looking to get this ball back. If they can stop Granite City one more time, that's exactly what will happen.
Recovered enough to get a few positive yards there. And we'll stop again. Collinsville hadn't used any timeouts
up to
until
this point,
series.
yeah. 2 in a row. We have a kind of a short week for you next week because the soccer team is going to be across the river at St. Louis University High School taking part in the Junior Billikens Invitational. So they'll be playing Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so they won't be home until the following week. So we have a volleyball game scheduled for you on Tuesday against East St. Louis, and then we will be at Althoff for football on Friday. Zach Roseman has a volleyball game on Thursday. Got to keep him fresh, you know.
Yeah, enough space for everybody there. Everybody do something.
Yeah.
I haven't taken in a volleyball game this year. Maybe next week will be my chance to check out one.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been on the same night as soccer games.
Yep, that's true. All right, 3rd down and 7 here for Granite City. Kelly is back at quarterback. He'll roll out to his left. He's being chased from behind. He launches a pass down the sideline and overthrows everyone. No flags on the play, so that'll stop the clock with 59.6 seconds to play here in this first half, and Granite City Warriors will have to punt it once again.
Collinsville won't have to use that final timeout. Clock stops there with the incomplete pass here, and I'd be surprised to see him kind of bring the house here and maybe try to block this one away.
Tyler Lakin will handle the punting duties once again. He stands back at his own 12. Loyal Patterson will go stand back at his own 45, waiting for this kick. Here is the kick. It goes straight up into the air. It's not even going to make it to midfield. And it takes a Collinsville bounce. Just stay away from it, guys. And it'll roll. And Granite City, the guy who probably should have touched it before, then he kept on letting it roll, and it was rolling the wrong direction. So Collinsville will start 1st and 10 from Granite City's 36-yard line with 49.1 seconds to play here in this first half.
Yep, like I said, you wouldn't mind one more touchdown here and get this with 49 seconds and have the running clock all set up for the second half. Call the dogs off then and move on to next week.
Devin Habermill is going to come out and line up as a wide receiver over here on this near side. As a receiver in the slot as well, and that is Rome Richardson. And the snap, and Reynolds is back to pass, rolls out to his right. He's looking, he's throwing down the sideline, and he overthrows Habermill, and Habermill is going to get called for an offensive pass interference call as he pushed his cover guy right in the back right before that ball went over his head.
Pushed off there. They wanted to get him that one. Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah, I like the idea, but the
doing some fun things here.
Pushing the back of the defensive back there by Habermill kind of cost his team some yardage. Clock stops with 40.5 seconds left. Collinsville still looking at a first down.
Still got to get the ball down here.
Well,
they're mark the yardage off.
Yeah, they got to mark. I was like, the PA announcer said second down, but if they accept the penalty, then it's first down.
You lose the down on
okay.
Offensive pass interference.
I did not realize that. Matt Reynolds lines up over in the slot on the far side. Loyola Patterson on the sideline. Zach Priest over here.
If it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah. And Matt Reynolds will come into motion. Chase Reynolds will take the snap in the Granite City logo. He'll throw it to Loyola Patterson, and it's off his hands, and that'll stop the clock with 35.9 seconds to go and bring up third down and long.
Just off his hands and popped away there.
Detroit Tigers just advanced to the playoffs.
So that, they won?
Yeah.
So that gives the White Sox lost 121. And
yep. They were stuck at 120 for a while.
They swept the Angels to fight that off, and they didn't have to do it in Chicago.
Yeah. Where they have, 17 fans show up?
I think there was 19.
19? They're going to have a whistle on the play, and that one is going to be a false start against Collinsville, so that'll back the Kahawks up another 5 yards. And Collinsville had the idea of putting up that 40th point here before the half minute, but, boy, they're making it hard on themselves.
Yeah, they've marched 10 yards back so far.
Ball still in Granite City territory, but only at the Warriors' 46. Patterson and Reynolds on the far side. Priest over here on the near side. Reynolds is in shotgun once again. Here's the snap. He'll roll out to his left. He's being chased. He'll throw the ball across his body to Habermill. Habermill will use a stiff arm and then push a guy out of his way. Try to barrel through two guys. And down to the 25-yard line he will go. And now we have a couple of late guys coming in for tackles, but no flags are thrown. And the clock will stop with 18.9 seconds left to play. Collinsville is trying the hurry-up offense. Not really sure why the clock stopped.
Well, it stops the first down. If I was Collinsville, I probably would have just used my final timeout there.
Yeah. They'll spike the ball and stop the clock themselves with 13 seconds left, just in case they need to use a final timeout to kick a field goal.
I mean, they have the timeout, so that seemed all a bit unnecessary.
I didn't even realize they got a first down. I thought they had forever to go.
Habermill had just kept chugging along and got a yard over enough for a first down here, and so they still got the timeout in their pocket here, but it's second down and from here.
Second down and 10. Habermill is tucked in over there at the tight end position on the left side. He goes down the middle of the field. Reynolds is looking, and he throws it down the sideline, and that was closer to being intercepted than it was completed, as the intended recipient was Zach Priest. That'll stop the clock with 6.1 seconds to play here in this second half.
That's probably going to be your last play of the second half. Defensive penalty, unless they try something real quick and get the timeout.
Yeah.
I think they're going to take a shot down the field.
Patterson lines up on the far side. Reynolds in the slot on that side. Zach Priest over here on this side. Habermill again, the tight end over on the left side of the formation. Here's the snap. Reynolds back to pass. He's got some time this time. He'll continue to roll out to his left. He'll throw it to the sideline, and falling out of bounds with it was Zach Priest, but that is going to end the first half, so that is the way that half number one comes to a close. Collinsville has a 34-0 lead, and that takes us into the halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basement-y. Woods Basement System has been working to keep homes dry in the 618 area code since 1986. You can give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters, and that number is 618-708-4055. We'll scrounge the old internet for some scores for you from games going on around the area, and we'll be back to tell you all about it as the Woods Basement Systems halftime show is next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. This is usually the point where we would show you the band, but there is no Granite City Warriors high school marching band playing here tonight, so we have a little bit of time to waste, so we figured we would come back and give you a scoring recap here for Collinsville, and then we'll take another break and come back and give you whatever scores that Chris Kettler can find for you. He is working his fingers to the bone over there. It's been all Collinsville here, 34-0 at the end of one half of play. On the first possession, Collinsville started this game with the opening drive, and they drove 80 yards in 6 minutes and 50 seconds, and it was capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run by Rome Richardson with first quarter lead of 7-0. And that's the way it would stay until the second quarter, and then Collinsville put up 4 more touchdowns in that second quarter, the second of which was a 10-yard touchdown pitch to Matt Reynolds. That was at the 11:04 mark of the second. Collinsville had a 14-0 lead. And then a little bit later on, just about 5 minutes later, matter of fact, 5 minutes exactly, we went from a score at 11:04 left on the clock to 6:04 left on the clock. And that was a 19-yard touchdown pass to Zach Priest, the first touchdown catch of the year by Zach Priest, and only the second one thrown by Chase Reynolds. And Collinsville was up 21-0. And then a 4-yard run by Chase Reynolds with 2:45 left to play in the second quarter gave Collinsville another touchdown, but they missed the extra point, and Collinsville led 27-0 instead of 28-0. And just when you thought that was all the scoring that Collinsville was going to do in that first half, Michael Tange had other plans in mind as he picked off a pass and ran it 56 yards down the far sideline with 1:34 left in the second quarter. Collinsville did nail the extra point on that one, and that made it 34-0. And that is where we stand right now at 34-0. Chris Kettler, quite the adventurous first half for the Kahawks.
The only thing that did stop them from scoring on any other possessions was ran out of time there at the clock. But yeah, it didn't quite come easy. You had to convert some fourth downs. But they were having some fun there at the end trying to get Habermill a touchdown there. But, you know, you work through it. You do what you need to do to get first down and get the touchdowns here. And it's a 34-0 Kahawks lead. We'll take it. Right?
Yeah, I would venture to say that if it wasn't for the offensive pass interference penalty and then a false start penalty that kept on backing Collinsville up, they probably would have scored on that possession.
They were able to overcome some penalties in other possessions and just didn't have enough time there. They started that possession with 59 seconds or whatever it was. They would have had 2 minutes there. They probably would have scored, and we would have the running clock here. But Kahawks are definitely in control.
A couple of electrifying plays in this one. The first one that comes to mind is the Zach Priest touchdown.
Yeah, got some Kahawk guys that are diving out there for balls. Loyal Patterson did it earlier in that drive. They're doing what it takes to make a play here, and Zach Priest wanted that first touchdown of his of the year.
And the most electrifying play, though, of the night so far has been that pick six by Michael Tongay for 56 yards. He didn't get touched after he caught that ball.
He's going to be hard to bring down anyway if they would have got to him. That's a fun play to see when somebody can get a pick six, especially that far down, and it has to go so far and so much traffic.
Yeah, and the only positive note so far for the Granite City Warriors is that nice big long run back by Ryan Brokaw after Collinsville scored that fourth touchdown of the game. Other than that, they really haven't been able to move the ball.
Not really. They had one. Their quarterbacks can't get much time to pass. They've switched guys there. A guy that can kind of scramble a little bit more. They had one completion across the middle, but I'd be really surprised if they have any actual positive yardage after everything that's gone backwards.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is Chris Keller. My name is Todd Duke. We'll take a break here in the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. We'll let Chris finish finding some halftime scores for us, and we'll pass those on to you on the other side of this break on the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Kevin Green Field. Halftime score, Collinsville leads this one 34-0. And here are some other scores that we have for you from around the area. Belleville East and Alton playing up in Alton. Right now, the Lancers just have a 7-0 lead over the Redbirds. Waterloo and Highland, they went to halftime early, way before we did. And Waterloo, I believe, has tacked on a field goal since the last time we told you the score, and now it is 15-6 in the Battle of the Bulldogs over Highland. Southwestern Conference matchup between Edwardsville and Belleville West, and the Edwardsville Tigers up over the Maroons by a score of 14-0. Triad right now all over Jerseyville by a score of 42-0. Elsewhere, it is Greenville over Pana, 14-0. Cahokia, who we have a little bit later on the schedule, is right now blanking Marion by a score of 12-0. Columbia over Freeburg on another shutout, 14-0. Mascoutah and Civic Memorial hooking up, and Mascoutah is all over that one with a 21-point lead at 27-6. Carlisle, they lead by a score of 14-12 over Dupo. Archbishop Hoban up in Akron, Ohio, playing our guys from Mount Vernon last week. We were talking to the guys that broadcast that game for Mount Vernon last week, and they were not looking forward to that drive, and I can tell why right now. Archbishop Hoban, I believe, is a nationally ranked team, and right now they are up over Mount Vernon by a score of 49-6. Centralia against Carbondale, two teams we've already faced this year. And right now, Centralia has a 20-13 lead. Chester over Westland by a score of 14-0, and Mater Dei in a tight one over Macomb by a score of 14-13. And Chris Keller, we were talking to those guys last week in the booth for Mount Vernon, and they said they were not looking forward to that trip for a couple of reasons. One, because that team is nationally ranked, and two, it's a long drive.
It was a long drive, but it looks like what I was following for Mount Vernon, they left last night. They went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Day, so they made it a fun trip.
Yeah, they did.
But Archbishop Hoban, it looked like they were ranked number 3 as far as what Max Prep said in the state of Ohio. They had a loss to the number 1 ranked team in Maryland. So, heck of a team that they're facing. But Mount Vernon couldn't find a schedule. They made the best that they can out of. That's better than sitting at home. They had a little bit of a trip. The Hoban was covering some of that cost to come out there, and they're going to end up with a loss, but it'll be memories for them, and that was quite an interesting thing. The team we played in is now out there in Akron.
Yeah, it is. Told you about the Detroit Tigers clinching a playoff spot in Major League Baseball. White Sox lost their 121st game. That surpasses the 1962 Mets for the most losses in a single season in the modern era. Cardinals are out west, getting ready to take on the San Francisco Giants in the final 3-game series of the year, and the Blues are still in preseason mode. They have yet to win a game. They are 0-3, and they will take on the dreaded Chicago Blackhawks tomorrow at Enterprise Center. They still call it that, don't they? Is it Enterprise Center?
Yeah, Enterprise Center.
All right. I just wanted to make sure we haven't gone through any name changes. That is going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Again, if you have some water problems at your house, you need to give Woods Basement Systems a call. They've been working those kinds of problems since 1986. Call their Collinsville headquarters office at 618-708-4055. Second half action. Granite City gets the ball back to start off the third quarter, and that'll come your way after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today.
Once again, we welcome you back to Granite City High School. Kevin Green Field is where we are. Kevin Green used to, I think, play some football for the Rams. Yeah.
A few others, Carolina.
Yeah.
49ers. And he also did some wrestling in WCW.
Yep. And then across the field on the other side of the press box that you see on your screen, that is Gene Baker Field. It went through a major renovation. They now have turf over there because that was one of the worst fields to play on as far as soccer around the area was concerned.
And we are hoping to go over there in a couple weeks for the soccer regional because we don't want to go to Quincy.
Nope, we don't want to go to Quincy. We've been there enough over the last couple of years, that's for sure. All right, Granite City is due to get the ball back first as we are ready to begin things here in this third quarter. Matt Reynolds is ready to kick off. Isaiah Ford and Ryan Brokaw are back deep. And why are we still playing the same direction?
Well, you choose a direction to start this next half, just like you do for the first half.
All right, there is Isaiah, but he pitches the ball backwards to Brokaw, trying to spring something good. And here comes Brokaw again. A flag comes flying in, and now a tackle right inside the Kahok bench. We'll have to see what the flag is for. I would imagine usually it's something like an illegal block in the back. Referee facing away from us, and it's going to be a hold against Granite City, so they're going to bring some of that back, and they'll mark it off from where the flag sits. That's where the penalty took place, around the 30-yard line, so they'll mark it off from there. Okay. Be careful. Don't poke holes in it because it's got one of those weird funky things on it.
I assume we want the wind to our back here to start the third quarter. I think you would normally have that the other way around, if it's a closer, tighter contest.
Yeah.
Some guys scratched off the roster here, some changes.
Yeah, Drew Cordes is down here making some changes on our roster so we can get some names and numbers right here as Collinsville is going to go to some backups and some reserves that we're not used to seeing. And, okay. We got them.
If they come out there, we'll get them right now.
Yeah. All right, Granite City will start 1st and 10 from their own 20 now after that penalty. Made them go backwards a little bit. Here is a handoff, and it's going to be sniffed out. And don't do it. Don't do it. Chase Reynolds had Ryan Brokaw wrapped up, and he was well out of bounds.
He did that move before. I think he just is lifting the guy up to make sure that he's not moving anymore, and he's not going to do any kind of move where he's like throwing him down or anything. He's just lifting him up and making sure he stops, and everybody comes to the stop.
Yeah, at about half a yard on the play. They're going to call it no gain. Scoreboard says 2nd down and 10. And it looks as if Jesus Atalano is back in there at quarterback because I don't see the green shoes of Zayden Kelly. And now we have an official's timeout. It looked like one of the Granite City Warriors just kind of fell to the ground. Got a cramp.
Guy on the ground cramping up. You got to hydrate better than that. It's definitely not a hot day.
No, we had that happen last night in the soccer game as well.
We're coming out of the half here, too.
Yeah.
Come on, hydrate it at the half. Get ready.
Yeah, not really sure who that is.
If it's a cramp.
Looks like it. I mean, he was getting ready to go and settle in for the next play, and all of a sudden he just went down to the ground. So 11:07 left here in this third quarter, and we already have a stoppage in play. Not sure how long it's going to take him to iron out this cramp, but I guess we'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second timeout. So we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Granite City High School, and that was James Johnson who went off injured. He went limping off the field under his own power, though, so he's okay after that cramp. Here's a pitch back, and that one is going to go to Logan Webb, and Webb is going to go west to east, and he did not get very far.
Nope, he's just going parallel line, nowhere to run, trying to turn the corner, and Tonge pushes him back for the loss.
So after a barely a gain on first down, about a half a yard, this one gets pushed back by 3 yards, and now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 13 for Granite City.
Imagine when the Cats go back on offense at some point, if not on this first play, we're going to see Jace Wilkinson out there and quarterback. Looks like he was getting ready to take some snaps, but we'll see what happens when the Cats come back out on offense.
Yeah, Chase Reynolds is still out there on the defensive side of the ball for right now, and in shotgun, it is Jesus Atalano. He's got two wide receivers on both sides of this formation. Here's the snap. He's going to go back to pass. He's getting pressured, and he's going to go down at the 5-yard line on a gang tackle sack by Collinsville. And the first one to get up out of the pile is Aiden Jordan, and he is excited.
Yeah, he's excited to get that sack. Adelano just went back and back and back, and Aiden Jordan tracked him down here. Now Granite will have to punt from their own end zone.
Yeah, Tyler Lakin is going to be standing in his end zone. Loyal Patterson is going to come out and take this punt. He's going to be standing at the Granite City 35-yard line.
He had that punt where he had to get the ball down from the ground. His knee was on the ground. If that happens this time, it'll be a safety.
Yep.
Late guy coming on.
Play clock down to 3 seconds. They don't have any more place to move. There's a snap, and the kick is going to be shallow. And Loyal Patterson is telling all his guys to get away from it. It's going to take a big Collinsville bounce all the way back to the 23-yard line. And that is where the Kahawks will start their first possession of the second half. And out trots Jace Wilkinson at quarterback for Collinsville. Jace on the year so far has only tried 2 passes, and he completed 1 for 9 yards. So this is a chance for him to get a little varsity action in there. As Collinsville looking for that next touchdown to get the running clock going here as well.
He had the only pass play of down there in Carbondale when Reynolds went off for a play.
So we probably have some new players coming out here. Maybe. We'll see after they get going here, and I can see some numbers. But right now it looks like Zach Priest is lined up over here as a wide receiver. So might be the only change right now is to the quarterback position. That's complete to Matt Reynolds, and Matt gets down to about the 11-yard line. So there is a completion for Jace Wilkinson, and Collinsville will pick up a first down on the first play from scrimmage here in this third quarter.
Now, I mentioned to say it's mostly all the same guys.
Yeah, except for the quarterback.
Except for the change in quarterback. Need to get Jace some reps here. JV team, their schedule's a little wonky, and they don't actually have that many games. Haven't played that many times, and there's not that many games left on their schedule, if you actually would believe it.
Priest and Matt Reynolds lined up over here on the right side of the formation. Rome Richardson stands to the right of Wilkinson. He takes the snap and fakes the handoff. He's going to take off on the run, uses a stiff arm, and gets inside the 10-yard line before he's finally brought down after a gain of about 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a second down and 6, or second down and 7.
Somebody I hadn't seen out of him just yet. If he's capable of scrambling and getting some yards upfield is Jace Wilkinson.
Still kind of windy out here, though. Just noticed that when the door to the press box just got flung open by a nice gust of wind. They said it was going to be windy, about 30, 35 miles per hour, so it could see gusts higher than 40 as the remnants of this Hurricane Helena is wreaking havoc on the area, but for the most part, the rain seems to have disappeared. Here's a handoff to Richardson. He zigs, he zags, he's in for a touchdown, Collinsville.
There you go, Rome Richardson from 9 yards out. Puts the score in, and we'll have running clock when we get the clock moving again. And it's basically the knockout punch here, and I imagine the subs will come in, and that will be enough here for this night here.
All you got to do is kick that extra point. Well, actually, we've already got the 40, so we're good to go there. But still, the extra point would be nice. Matt Reynolds is out there to try it.
Jace will hold
and
this
Jace
one.
is going to hold, yeah. Get a little practice doing that as well, and the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Referees kind of looked at each other and like, what do you want to call? Okay, we'll call it good. 41-0 in favor of Collinsville, and Granite City will get the ball back, and we'll have running clock for the rest of this game when we return from this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Back here at Granite City, kickoff will be taken at the 1-yard line by Brokaw, and he'll bring it up to about the 25, 26-yard line before he's finally brought down, and that's where the Granite City Warriors will start their next drive. Sorry, I'm in the middle of eating some Skittles.
They got 2 players down hurt, so much for the running clock. We'll get into it here shortly. One guy got back up, and now the second guy to go down is the one that's down. AT's come out to check on him.
That's not Brokaw, is it?
He was the second guy to go down. And we'll have to get the number. So much for the running clock right now.
Well, we will have it at some point, but right now the concern is on the hurt Granite City Warriors player, as Collinsville is up 41-0. And Granite City in jeopardy of being shut out for the 3rd time this year.
Yeah, that's what we'd like to see. Hold on to this shutout now. Can we shut them out the last 2 years, right?
Yep.
So we can continue it to 3. Why not keep that going?
Yeah, that was Brokaw.
Brokaw.
Yeah. So he gets up, helmet off.
He's giving it his all with his team out down 41-0. Seems okay. He seems to be having fun with the coach.
Did he just push him away, or was that all in fun?
Yeah, they were kind of all in fun, kind of giving each other a little push, and it was all in good fun.
All right, so since he is up and walking off the field, they go ahead and wind up the clock, and the clock will continue to run until the end of this game. Again, you can only stop it if you call a timeout, you score, or, of course, the end of the 3rd quarter would also stop the clock, and as we just saw, an injury will stop the clock as well. So it is 1st down and 10 from the 26 for Granite City. And once again, in shotgun, it is Atalano. I can't even spit that out, man. And the play does go for some positive yardage. Gain of about 4 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 6.
There's Webb on the carry. Yeah, it's mixing a few guys out new in there. So like Tongay's still out there. Patterson's still out there.
Well, he got some new numbers for a couple of these guys. One of them is 14 is Amarian Boykin, and the other one, number 5, Jaden McCoy. Those are the changes that Coach Cordes made on my roster. And a very full backfield back there. Here's the snap, and which one of the 3 guys you're going to hand it off to doesn't matter. Collinsville swarmed all over it, and no gain on that play. And I believe that the ball carrier was Zayden Kelly, if I'm not mistaken. Do I see the green shoes out there? Nope. I guess that was Logan Webb. 3rd down and long. Well, they're going to give him a yard on the play, so 3rd and 5. And again, Logan Webb will stand out there as a running back. Looks like they have a big blocker in front of him. That is number 57, Scott Gardner, 5'10", 160-pound freshman out there getting some reps. And now we have a false start. That's going to be called on Granite City.
79 popped up too soon.
Also in the backfield is Landon Vonberg.
Now they change it up here.
Yeah. 79 is now going to go off the field.
Bring a different package in here. They're going to bring in some receivers.
Yep, 3rd and 10 after the penalty. So this drive right now has resulted in no yards gained. In shotgun is Atalano. Has one lone running back in this time. He's going to go back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, throws one down the field, and there's the late flag. I kind of thought there was a little contact there with Romel Bollinger, and it wasn't a lot, but you could see it.
He latched onto me, had got just enough.
Zayden Kelly is out there. I see those bright greenish fluorescent yellow shoes.
Ballinger's like, no, please don't call it on me. But
I know.
Positive thing is you only get to 15 yards. It's not going to go up here past the 50-yard line. And until they change that rule in high school, it'll benefit the defense to do things like that on passes that are, 25, 30 more yards down the field because you'll only be penalized 15. It's better than getting burned.
Yeah. So a fresh set of downs for Granite City. They have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 41. This time, Atalano is under center. One lone running back. Man comes into motion, and that man will get the handoff. He'll be sniffed out immediately, and he will go absolutely nowhere. That was DeMontez Bush with that carry, and that's a loss of a couple of yards on the play.
Kane Y, I know we saw a lot of him early in the game making his plays. He led that. And they, holy cow, what did they push the, spot the ball right there. Oh, yeah, okay, now they're going to move it back.
Grandpa Kahok out there leading the charge of pushing back, way back. I haven't heard that chant in forever. All right, 2nd down and 12. Clock continues to move. We're already down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. Man goes into motion, and the pitch goes out to Zayden Kelly, or excuse me, that's Logan Webb, and Webb will get nowhere either, and then a late flag will come in.
Habermill grabbed him, brought him down here, but they're going to
face mask.
Get him on grabbing the face mask.
Yep.
Didn't need to do that.
No, he did not. Habermill will come trotting over to the sideline.
So it's going to be 30 free yards so far for Granite City here. Well, they did go 3 yards backwards, so I guess 27 technically, but
yeah. This is going to put them into Kahok territory as they'll set the ball down at the Collinsville 48-yard line.
They were near this territory after Brokaw's run back, as some of the Kahoks are having fun here, dancing around. Here come the cheerleaders out here in front of us.
Yep. The guys on the sidelines dancing right along with them. And Collinsville fans, players, and cheerleaders are all having a good time. 1st down and 10, new set of downs, and the handoff is going to go into Webb, and Webb will get to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Was initially touched a little farther back, but he did fall forward.
Oh, Brokaw's back in there. It was not Webb. Nice to see Mr. Brokaw back in there. Ryan Brokaw, 5'7", 160-pound junior running back.
Yeah, that's off him for wanting to get back out there, going down hurt. Seemed fine joking around as he walked off, but down 41-0, he's ready to go back out there.
So is Zayden Kelly. He stands in the backfield along with Brokaw.
Under center.
Under center is Atalano, and he'll hand the ball off to Kelly, and Kelly will barrel it up the middle, and he'll get some positive yardage up to the 45-yard line, so he'll pick up about 3 on the play. Clock continues to run as we approach 65 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Kahawks will enjoy this for just a little while. They have their hands full next week as they'll be at Altoff High School against a very good Crusaders team. Very good.
Very good team. They scored 42 points in the 1st quarter against Marquette last night, so they already got the jump on the Kahawks, an extra day of rest.
Yeah, they sure do. Kahawks will get an extra hour or so of rest. And this one's going to wrap up early, and I don't know what happened there. He never.
Everybody on Granite City moved except for the
center. He never moved. He never snapped the ball. Why'd they stop the clock? Oh, there it goes now.
I don't know. Maybe you must just.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just in the habit. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
Muscle memory. So that's going to be a false start against Granite City, obviously. The ball was never snapped, but everybody moved. So the only person who had the right snap count was the center. Are they even going to get a play off? Down to 5 seconds. And now they do. And now it's going to be stopped again, and they didn't get it off in time. So that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter, and that was a very fast-moving quarter after Collinsville scored the extra touchdown to put them up by 40. So we move to the 4th quarter, and we'll be back to tell you all about that 4th quarter in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt, and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Back here at Granite City, we were just up here reminiscing about the game in Carbondale with a couple of the young ladies up here running the huddle camera for the team so they can have film to look at next week, talking about when everybody got home. 1:30, 2:30, fall asleep at 4:30. Yeah.
I know the team bus arrived like after 2.
Yeah.
They got equipment to unload. Yeah, it was a late night.
Yeah, sure was. All right, we switch into the field. 3rd down and 12 for Granite City. Here's the snap. Altalano back to pass, and that one is tipped by Collinsville player, and that was Jonavon Jones, another JJ out there, and he tipped that ball right before it was getting ready to head to the intended wide receiver.
He's got his hand up there. His ball was passed. Granite will punt.
Collinsville will get the ball back once again, and Jace Wilkinson and company will trot back onto the field. I would imagine at this point you're going to see a lot of the backups out there. Once again, on to punt, Tyler Lakin. Back deep is Loyal Patterson, stands at his own 20. That's a much better kick by Lakin this time, and it's going to travel all the way over to the far side, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be marked out at the 2-yard line.
Well, good punt.
Yeah.
The biggest positive of the night for Granite City. Punter was down trying to recover the ball earlier, set up the Cahoks, and then...
Do they stop the clock on change of possession?
No.
I didn't think they were supposed to.
Should just be going here.
Yeah.
Come on, refs, have them wind it. Let's go get this clock going.
I don't think the refs are paying attention, not doing the winding thing, because they know that it's supposed to be going all the time.
Hopefully the Chaos can get out of the shadow of their own end zone here. This has been a bit of a problem from time to time.
Yeah.
Safety on the first play of the game. First play of the season. Safety in Maine West. Let's just get this ball out of the end zone here.
Drew Balsidis is lined up as a wide receiver over here on this near side. And the snap is going to be a handoff, and it is going to go. He got forward progress, even though he got tackled in the end zone. They will give him forward progress, and he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Stewart
and
back out there.
Yeah, that's Lazarion Stewart. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after no gain on the play. So the Cahoks trying to get out of the shadows of their own goalpost here. And the other wide receiver over here is Gage Benny. Or B-E-H-N-E. Is it Benny or Ben?
I think it's Benny.
Benny. All right, and here's a run again by Stewart, and he'll get up across the 5-yard line to about the 6-yard line. So a little bit of breathing room there for Collinsville, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6 to go for a 1st down.
Collinsville hasn't punted tonight. They only nearly did on the first possession, but switched out of it and kept the drive going and got that first touchdown that brought everything to life.
Scoreboard says 3rd and 7. There's another wide receiver over on the far side, but I have yet to be able to make out his number. And now Logan Odell will line up in the slot as a wide receiver. So 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation. Wilkinson in shotgun, standing at his own 1. Rolls back into the end zone and cuts it out to his left. Looking for a little help. Cuts it back the other way. He's being chased from behind, but he's got a little room. He's going to throw it down the field, and a wobbly pass just missed the hands of Balsidis, or that would have been a 1st down, and that was almost a completed pass there, but it was wobbly.
That's a tough one to get in there. Balsidis was ready for that completion, ready to get up the field with it, but that was a hard one to pull in.
Yeah, now we're going to have the punt team come on, and Matt Reynolds will be punting from his own end zone. They're going to bring out some of the regulars for this one. I saw Habermill run back out there, so got to provide him a little bit of protection. Also, Aiden Jordan back out there trying to do that protecting as well. And right now, Matt Reynolds is standing on the back line of the end zone in the red paint. If he steps back onto the white, that's going to be a safety. So,
play clock runs down.
Well,
that's not going to matter much. Be about a 2-yard penalty when it's all said and done.
Yeah, because the line of scrimmage is on the 5, so half the distance to the goal line would be the 2.5. And Matt Reynolds doesn't have anywhere else to move, so he'll still be trying to punt from the back of the end zone. As we have 8:15 left to play here in this one. Zayden Kelly, I believe, is standing real shallow as Reynolds gets off a punt. That's wobbly as well. And then it takes a bounce straight sideways toward the Kahok bench. And tell you what, Granite City's going to have a chance to put some points on the board here as they'll begin this drive from Collinsville's 25-yard line.
Yeah, usually their best field position.
By far.
Punting that out of the end zone. I'd say in a normal situation, if you weren't just trying to protect the shutout, maybe just take that safety and kick it out from the 20.
Yeah.
With such a big lead.
Yes, it is the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah, the scoreboard still
says 3.
But they've been stopping the clock.
So Granite City will have a chance to put some points on the board, but the clock continues to move with 7:20 and counting. Collinsville scored 5 touchdowns in the first half, and so far they've only scored 1 here in the second half. That's the one that kicked in the mercy rule, so I guess they were happy with that, and they put in the backup players, and so far the backup players haven't had a lot of positive things to talk about, but they are getting some action out there on the under the Friday night lights. Altalano is under center. Kelly is into motion. The pitchback is going to go to Brokaw. Webb. He's going to throw the ball down, and that was almost caught off of the fingertips of the intended receiver, which I believe that was Tyler Rogers down there. Rogers, a 5'10", 177-pound senior.
I was expecting something like that from Granite City, maybe a gadget-type play, something to get him shot down the field there. Collinsville sniffed it out enough. Take a shot towards the end zone here, trying to not get shut out.
So Altalano is in shotgun once again. He has Brokaw as his running back over his left side. He moves a couple of guys around, one wide receiver close to the formation. The pitchback is going to go to Brokaw. He's going to take off running with it, and he is going to get chopped down without much positive yardage to speak of after that one.
That was McCoy, who was written in there as number 5. Coach Cordes wrote his name in there on the roster, so
Jaden McCoy comes into the game after being penciled into our roster and makes a play. And it's 3rd down and 11 after a loss of a yard on the play. Altalano in shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Bad snap. And Altalano's got to go back and get it, and he's going to be dropped right where he did at the 35-yard line, and that'll back him up. And Granite City is going to run out of chances here to put some points on the board as the clock approaches 5 minutes left to play here in this one.
Jordan Brocksmith cleaning that one up and sacking Altalano, who's finally just coming to his feet. And looks like they'll just have him go off.
Well, it is 4th down. I'm not sure if they're going to go for it or not. Too far for a field goal.
Well, why not go for it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Under 5 minutes to go.
Like I said, they've used Altalano, Zayden Kelly, and Logan Webb as quarterbacks this year. And it looks like Zayden Kelly is going to come in and take over the quarterback duties. He has Brokaw over his left shoulder. And
play clock ran out, or they might have got a timeout in just in time. They do. Granite City timeout.
So Granite City will call a timeout. We will take a quick timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for veterans in need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878.
And again, we welcome you back to Kevin Green Field here in Granite City. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. 4:32 left on the clock here in this one. As the clock stopped because of the timeout. Other than that, it's going to run. 2 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far, and Brokaw remains the lone running back. Zayden Kelly in at shotgun, and now Brokaw will switch over to the left side of Kelly. He's back to pass. He lofts one high into the air, and that one is going to be incomplete and very close to a flag being thrown there because the defensive back never did turn around, and that ball ended up hitting him in the helmet right when the intended receiver had his arms outstretched for it.
Maybe because the receiver had to come back for it just a little bit, but defender never play the ball, but that would probably be Granite City's last gasp on offense and 4 minutes and the clock running.
Yep, Collinsville will have another shot at offense here for their backups to maybe score some points.
Should be able to just finish this clock off here, and one guy comes out here, he's lost.
Logan Odell comes on late.
Where do I need to be?
Where do I need to be, and is there too many people out here? So he tucks in over there close to a tight end position. Wilkinson in shotgun, and he'll take the snap and hand the ball off to Stewart, and Stewart will zigzag his way through the line of scrimmage. And Jace has it. Never mind. Even fooled me. Wilkinson has a first down after a nice 11-yard run.
Everybody bid on even the announcer.
Yeah.
Some backup defensive guys out there, offensive line guys. Fonte Mosley, J.J. Williams is out there. He was the guy of the on the post, the senior of the day.
Yeah, the senior of the day. Yeah.
J.J. Williams out there.
Or number 00 for the Raiders back in the day. Here is Wilkinson in shotgun once again, and a snap and a keeper by Wilkinson, but he's going to get dragged down, and he gets thrown backwards on a nice little open field tackle there by, what number was that?
Looks like it was 80,
Yeah.
Elijah Kolb.
Elijah Kolb. Clock continues to move. 2:30 left to play here in this one. This game will be over right around 9 o'clock. Was Elijah Cole. Matthew Blakeburn lines up as a wide receiver over on the far side. Wilkinson in shotgun, and he'll take the snap, and he will hand the ball off, and not a lot of room to move there for Jamonte Thomas. And he'll get back up to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
Thomas was main running back at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Now he's only coming in here late, getting his first carry here.
Yeah, I think he was a little banged up earlier in the season, and they held him out for a little while. Down to 1:45 left to play here in this contest at Granite City. A wide receiver all the way over here on this near side, Balsidis. 2 more over on the far side. Wilkinson in shotgun. Takes the snap, and he's being pressured once again. Gets out of it, goes back the other way, gets out of some more trouble, and now he's not going to get out of trouble until he throws the ball, and that one's going to go out of bounds. And the clock will continue to run. It'll bring up 4th down here for Collinsville, and we'll see what they want to do. Do they want to punt the ball back, or they want to just run a play and let the clock run out?
Probably just run a play.
Yeah, 30-second difference, so they can hold on to the ball and snap it with 30 seconds left and then run out the rest of the clock.
Well, even if you just took the delay game, the game clock ain't going to stop anyway, so.
Yeah. So Wilkinson remains in shotgun, and Jamonte Thomas remains in as the lone running back. 2 wide receivers near, 1 on the far side. And Wilkinson back to pass, rolls out to his right, throws the ball down the field, and it's picked off. Picked off by Ezekiel Warren, and Warren will be tackled near midfield, but with only 20 seconds left, that's going to do it. They'll stop the clock on change of possession, I guess. Nope, they wind it back up again.
Unless Granite City
wants to call a timeout, and I think that's exactly what they did. And now the clock is stopped with 15.4 seconds left, so Granite City wants 1 crack at the end zone here before it's all said and done. And that is their second timeout, so they have 1 left. And a lot of folks have decided to start packing up their stuff they brought out here. Lots of folks bought blankets and umbrellas.
Had to come prepared tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kahok's going to...
Towels.
Kahok's going to get this win and head over to Althoff next week. They got a heck of a running back.
Yeah.
He's heading to Oregon.
Only had, 4 carries yesterday and still managed to get over 100 yards?
Yeah, 3 touchdowns and 4 carries. He's been pretty scoring on not a lot of plays.
Yeah. All right, so Granite City going to go for it once again, and Jesus Altalano is back in there at quarterback. Collinsville's defense just now making it out to the field. They haven't started the play clock yet, so all good there.
Should right now.
Altalano is in shotgun all by himself. No running backs in this formation. 3 wide receivers over here on the near side, 2 more on the far side. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Now he's going to step up, and he is going to be tackled, and that is going to do it unless Granite City wants to call a timeout, and that's exactly what they do. They call a timeout with 5.5 seconds left.
Like Christopher Maupin's in there for that sack. And Granite City wants 1 last crack at it.
Well,
they want to try to
trying
score.
Not to get shut out.
Yeah, they want to score.
No, good for them, she says. I know. Get the A for effort, right? Exactly. Yeah. Yep. A for effort. Second down and 10. Ball on the Collinsville 45-yard line. So, number one, they've got to give Altalano some time to throw the ball, and that just isn't happening right now. Even the backup defenders are out there swarming all over the play. 3 more wide receivers over here on this near side. And now looks like Zayden Kelly's going to come and join them. So 4 wide receivers over here on this right side of the formation. And now Kelly's going to go into motion and head to the other side. Here's the snap. And Altalano back to pass. He fires it downfield, and that one is going to fall short, out of bounds, and the horn sounds, and this one is over. Collinsville wins it by a final score of 41-0, and the Kahawks improved to 3-2 on the year, and the Granite City Warriors will drop to 0-5. Collinsville at Althoff next week, and Granite City's on the road as well as they travel to Carbondale. Time now to transition ourselves into the postgame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible with high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisaret offers.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisared lipolaser machine. The Invisared machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisared technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisaret offers.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Collinsville wins this one here tonight by a final score of 41-0. Most of those points came in the first half. 34 of them did anyway. Joining us now, offensive coordinator Drew Cordes. Congratulations, Coach. Nice game.
Was a good game. We came out playing to execute, and games like this, you got to go out there, you got to play your game, and you got to execute the way we're supposed to. And I'd say about 95% of that was a very good sign, which means we still got a 5% chance to learn and get better for next week.
Yeah, I was talking to your head coach, Colton Rhodes, during the pregame show, and he's like, well, with the weather conditions and the wet field, we're probably not going to pass it that much. Turns around, you guys passed it a lot.
Yeah, and that's actually really good because that's one thing we really needed to get going. And it was weird because Amari wasn't playing today, and that kind of played into the fact, like, okay, well, we'll just run the ball. But it was great to see Matt step up and make a lot of plays. It was great to see Zach make that play. We saw what Loyal can do with the ball in his hands. Just spread it out and get some confidence for everybody else moving forward because we need as many weapons as we can get right now.
Yeah, all right, let's talk about the probably prettiest offensive play of the day, and that was the 40-yard touchdown pass to Zach Priestman. And, boy, he laid out and caught that ball in the end zone.
That play was awesome. We actually thought that Devin was going to get the ball just based on the alignment of the defense, but Chase ended up buying himself some time, and he found Zach the play was Zach was supposed to just sit in the middle of the field. Zach saw him roll out, and he's like, I'm here. Find me. And that's the way you make a play. That's the way to make a statement when you are kind of a depth piece, next man in kind of guy like Zach. But when you get that opportunity, that's the kind of plays you got to do.
Yeah, Loyal Patterson laid out and caught a ball earlier in the game too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really nice to see the way that all three of them they started to make some plays. Everybody knows that Amari is our number one receiver, and it just seemed like who was going to step up, and it was great that all three of them did.
All right, but the play of the game, that belongs to number 34, Michael Tange, with a 56-yard pick six for a touchdown. How was that?
It looked awfully familiar. I feel like we've seen that play once or twice, but this time he finally wasn't slow and got caught. So that was a good sign. Just like at Maine West last year, that he really makes that good jump on that ball and undercuts those routes like that. And just because he's got an knack for the ball, he's played football before. He's basically a 3-year starter for us, and you can see why.
Yeah, and then you had him come in for an offensive play, handed the ball off to him, and he got some positive yardage there too.
Well, he was our freshman running back his freshman year, and then he ran a lot his sophomore year until we called him up full-time varsity. And yeah, he runs hard. Usually those linebackers with an edge on their shoulder, Michael, Zay Norton, rolling arms, your typical strong, power-nosed linebacker. I'm going to hit you and I don't care. Kids like that, they're going to run the ball hard, so we know that we can get some yards with him when we need it.
All right, I know you don't really want to think too much about next week right now because you want to enjoy this win here tonight, but Althoff next week is going to be a totally different story.
Oh, they've been on our minds for a while. We know that what they've got. We know that we had them last year and we fell apart. We're looking forward to it, going over there, going to play some good competition and going to just hopefully change their season up a little bit. They're undefeated right now, and there's nothing that we can't compete with when we're playing our best ball. And we go out there, we play our best ball, we're going to put up a good fight, and we're going to come away with a win. If we don't go out there, we don't stay disciplined, we play lackadaisical, it's going to be a tough one for us. But I think we're ready for the challenge. I think we got some confidence after tonight. I think we take this into next week, and I think we're going to be playing pretty good football going into next week.
All right, man. Enjoy the victory. I guess we'll see you at LC's here in a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure you will.
All right. That is Drew Cordes, the offensive coordinator here for Collinsville. Kahawks win this one here tonight by a final score of 41-0. That is going to do it for us here tonight. A big thank you once again to Coach Colton Rhodes joining me in the pregame show. Another big thank you to Chris Keller over here on the other microphone and running the camera for us tonight. And, again, another thank you to Drew Cordes for joining us on the postgame show. I'm back with you on Tuesday from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for a little volleyball action as the East St. Louis Flyers come to town to take on your Collinsville Lady Kahawks. And then, as we mentioned, we'll be back on the road next Friday night at Althoff to bring you week number 6 of the high school football season. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday, everyone have yourselves a fantastic weekend.